What's going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice. So, a few things in the Colts world, some free agent news. So, the Colts have officially signed former Chiefs free safety Armani Watts. Was drafted in 2018 by the team in the fourth round. 5'11", 205 pounds. So he fits that mold of the type of player that, Ballard and the unit really like. Just turned 26, just literally 2 weeks ago. Career stats. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't really know a whole lot about Armani Watts. He has played in 53 games with the Chiefs, and including 9 postseason games as well. So does have that experience there, but 58 tackles throughout his career, 3 QB hits, 3 tackles for loss, 1 fumble recovery, 2 pass deflections, no interceptions, nor forced fumbles, has 2 sacks. So this looks to me more or less like a depth signing at this point. I would not anticipate this to be, something that says that we're out of the running for, Tyrann Mathieu. I think that this is more or less just a depth signing of some kind because, George Odom being gone, and, this guy also can play special teams as well. So, this is the type of move that a Ballard would need to make in order to get some depth at the corner position or in the secondary group. I'm sorry. So that looks like that's going to be it for this one. And then the other news is that the Chiefs are signing former Colts defensive tackle Taylor Stallworth. As you guys may have known from the start of the offseason, the Colts were not going to tender Taylor Stallworth, which meant that they if Stallworth was basically unrestricted at that point. If they had signed that meant that the Colts had the opportunity to, basically match any offer that any team would want to get him for. And obviously the Colts didn't do that. And now Taylor Stallworth is going to Kansas City. This one stinks just because I love Taylor Stallworth. We've had him on the podcast before, had the chance to talk with him. One of the coolest dudes ever. Really awesome guy, great on the field, but also off the field as well. But now that means even more defensive line depth now needs to be made. The Colts really don't have any defensive line depth outside of what they have currently with the guys they drafted, so DeForest Buckner and Grover Stewart are in there. And right now the defensive tackle group's kind of empty. Even if you put Dio Adangbo in there, a defensive tackle from time to time, you're still lacking in depth. And Taylor Stallworth, who, again, was good for a depth piece. He did a fantastic job in not only being a good run defender, but also establishing a pass rush this last year as well. Had basically almost 4 sacks, and that's the most he's had in his entire career. Do we think that the Colts could potentially sign another guy that could surprise them, kind of like what Taylor Stallworth did for the Indianapolis Colts? I believe they can. But nevertheless, guys, again, there's still depth that needs to be added now. The defensive depth outside of linebacker, every position needs depth. You still need a strong safety depth. You still need depth at corner. You still need depth at defensive line. It stinks that we couldn't have kept Stallworth. I'm not going to sit here and say that, I'm heartbroken over it, but it does stink because that's another one of our players that I wish we could have kept, is now going to another team. And, Ballard still has a lot of work to do. So that's the news, guys. Armani Watts, former Kansas City Chief free safety, is coming to Indianapolis, and former defensive tackle Taylor Stallworth for Indianapolis is going to Kansas City. So we're trading guys here. Not really. You get the reference though, but thank you guys again so much for the continued support. Let me know your thoughts on these, on this move, and then on not re-signing Stallworth. Let me know your thoughts are. Thank you guys again so much. And as always, go Colts.